I am Daniel Madison. Welcome back. Thanks for being here. Thank you for choosing to spend a bit of time with me today, with me and Charlie today. This is a very important video for me. It's dedicated to something else, to somebody else. But before we get to that, I want to give you a few very quick, simple updates. Look at these. Look what landed. Look what came to me. The Charlie Madison playing cards are now officially in my hands. Red, white, black. I know you can't see red, it's a black and white video, but I'll show you these very soon. I'm going to share more about these very soon over the next few days. Me and my people at the warehouse, we are figuring out the whole shipping process. These are going to be on the way to you all very soon, whoever picked them up. For full and complete updates, check the webpage for these playing cards. I'll leave a link in this video description. I'm updating that webpage on a daily basis, so anybody who picked them up, stay close, pay attention, they're on the way soon, and I'll be sharing details about these playing cards very soon. Now, as a second piece of information update that leads on from the Charlie Madison playing cards, I've started sharing the Madison lens. So I'm going direct from the camera on my phone live to everybody at my alliance every single day, and the timing could not have been better. The first day when I did the Madison lens, these cards turned up earlier than planned, and everybody at the alliance got to share the opening, my live experience. They got to share that with me, opening the box and seeing these for the very first time. I usually do that all alone. When I get new playing cards, it's usually just me. So it was really nice to be able to share those moments with some people. I filmed it all, and the way that lens works, the videos go straight from my phone to the alliance, and the videos stay up for 24 hours. But however, I do save all those videos and I put them all together and upload them to YouTube. So once a week I'm going to collect all the videos that I've done through the week and put them on YouTube, but it's just for the alliance. So the alliance got to see every little detail of these decks before anybody else. Now that those two bits are out of the way, I want to get back to this very video, and it gives me so much pleasure, and I'm so happy that I can finally once again say, I am Daniel Madison. Welcome back to the Madison Deck Review, episode 10. That's right, you're not dreaming, I'm not lying to you, it's not a trick. I actually want to do the deck reviews again. Now, going back to the last episode, which was episode 9, it kind of came to a crashing end because I fell out with it so much for a few different reasons. But the alliance and spending time with new people and new friends has made me have a nice, new, positive, fresh perspective on everything. And I started looking back on my old videos and realizing that I really did enjoy doing the deck reviews. There are a few things that came up that really put me off, and a big part of that was people sending me playing cards that I didn't want to review, that I didn't enjoy, that I didn't like, and I didn't want to upset anybody or break anyone's heart by giving bad deck reviews. So it kind of becomes a biased system in the end, where every deck review that I do ends up just being so nice and positive and good. So then I felt forced to do a few bad ones to kind of balance it out. I felt myself wanting to do negative reviews just so they didn't seem biased, and that was wrong because the whole nature of it had become biased anyway. So trying to lie to everybody, trying to manipulate it and look fair, all of a sudden it all became this convoluted mess that I didn't want to be a part of. I want to speak highly of playing cards. I want to handle and use and experience playing cards that I love, and I kind of put it out there that everybody could send me their playing cards and I'd review them. And you know, I don't mind receiving playing cards, and I'm grateful. I'm so grateful for people who have done in the past sent me playing cards, and the people who will do in the future, because I'm opening it up again for anybody who wants the chance of their playing cards to be featured in my deck review. Feel free to send them to me. there's a chance that I might review them on this channel. I want to keep going and going with the deck reviews. I am going to be more strict with which playing cards I review, and maybe it's not going to be such a regular thing. It might not be once a week like I tried to do it. I want it to be a very natural experience where a deck comes along, I fall in love with it, and then I review it. So in a way, I don't really want to do bad deck reviews. So if I don't review the deck, then it means it just didn't sit with me and it didn't work with me somehow. But I certainly want to get back on track and use this platform and use this medium to talk about playing cards and talk about why I love certain playing cards and what certain playing cards mean to me. So here we are with Perfect Timing, episode 10, and all of a sudden my friend Nico comes along with Not a Deck. The timing couldn't have been better. This is my good friend Nico, his collaboration with Line Story and his new company Not A. So this is Not a Deck. It's a beautiful looking deck printed by Catamundi, and we're gonna use this space and use this time and use this energy to talk positively about people that I love and things I love. And Nico is one of those people, and this deck has become one of those things. A deck that I feel passionate enough about to talk about and to express and share with everybody and encourage everybody out there to pick up one of these decks of playing cards. I'm exercising this idea as much as I possibly can, where I'm going to start using as many playing cards as possible, and it's all come from a place of there's something that I haven't spoke about and something that I try not to talk about time and time again for the past 2 years, and it's the fact that I have quite aggressive arthritis in my right hand, and even that I don't want to talk about too much, but it's forced me into using playing cards even more. It's almost a fight back against arthritis, a fight back against somebody telling me that my hand's going to stop working. So I'm fighting back. So it really opened up my mind and really pushed me and spurred me into I have to exercise my hand, and what better way to do that than with playing cards. So it brought about this idea, this kind of is reinvigorated the right word? Revitalized, that's a good word. It has revitalized my love and passion for playing cards. So it couldn't have worked out much better than starting with episode 10. Nico came to Leeds for the Nine of Clubs gathering, for the Alliance gathering, and I got 3 tattoos on that day. I got an A on my arm for Alliance, which I share this tattoo with my friend Maurice. I got a 5 of Spades for my brother Yasin, and I also got the 10 of Clubs next to Don't Try. Try is a tattoo that I share with Nico. A lot of people know this, and I wanted to get his very playing card, the 10 of Clubs, in that whole collection of tattoos that I dedicate to him. I know I'm talking tons and tons, but he is the 10 of Clubs. And this is episode 10 of the Madison Deck Review, and the timing couldn't have worked out better. This is Not a Deck, and this is my review, and I'm so happy to be back doing deck reviews. This is my review of Nico's deck, Not a Deck. So this is Not a Deck by Line Story. These are called Axial playing card, and it says Axial is not a deck. What the hell was that? Who the hell is talking to Siri at this time of day? I do apologize. So Axial is not a deck. The deck features on the box, and also which takes up the entire back design of the deck itself, this beautiful like drawing, painting of what at first looks like a flower or a butterfly, but under close inspection it's more like light refractions and kind of beams of light coming from all directions, which create lines. Now, I've always had this idea that stuck with me when I first got into designing, that everything that we see, everything that you see with your eyes, everything is made up from lines. Every single thing. Even circles are made up from lines. Everything that you look at and break apart and analyze, and everything that you can study with your eyes is made up from lines. And you can see that in this deck. Now, I don't want to tell the story behind this deck. It's not my place. It is not my story. but there is a story, and I encourage you all to check out Nico. Check out his company. I'll leave all the links in this video description. I want to focus on the playing cards themselves rather than his story. Now, the idea of Line Story with this deck, for me, I'm going to take this deck and make my own story with it. Interpret it how you will. Make your own story, approach it in your own way. That's kind of how I'm doing it. Now, let's look at this entire thing kind of objectively for a moment. These are made by Cartamundi. Everybody who knows me and has been aware of my playing cards over the last couple of years will know that I stick to Cartamundi in Belgium. They were an incredible journey away from USPCC, and they gave me exactly what I wanted. They gave me the deck that I've been looking for all along through USPCC. So it was nice to see so many other people following and going to Cartamundi too, even the bigger companies, to explore outside of USPC. So the box itself is a box that I've never seen before from Cartamundi, so I don't know if this is unique or if anybody else has used this, but it's certainly the first time I'm seeing a box like this. It has kind of a water pastel, a watercolor. The paper that you do watercolors on, it's kind of really nice textured, thick embossing, really pretty looking texture to it, and it feels thicker, and it feels like something more than a deck of playing cards. I don't even know what I mean by that. It doesn't feel like a deck of playing cards. It feels like maybe I'm holding a box of sausages. I'm just kidding. Maybe a box of crayons, or I don't know, something artistic, which I guess is the point, which I guess is exactly what it is. It has something very artistic inside. The colors, main colors, black and blue. There's a lot of blue on there, and not being ignorant to it, but on first sight, without really looking into it, it's a beautiful image. That's all it is, as far as I need to know right now. So on the box we have Not a Company, the logo on the bottom with Cartamundi logo, and we have the website too, notasite.fr.France, designed in Paris. Nico lives in Paris, created and distributed by Not A. It's a really smart idea. I really appreciate what they're doing with the company, not just with playing cards, but with other artists and other projects too. Let's open this box up and have a look inside. So Nico, on this very deck has been opened. This is the only deck that I have, and this one is certainly for my new collection. Nico gifted this deck to me when I saw him a few weekends ago, and he wrote a really lovely message inside to Daniel. We need art, yes we do, and it's really refreshing and quite rewarding to look in our industry, in the playing card world, and see a real artist and somebody who's really dedicating his life to an art, because it's quite a rare thing. I try to encourage it so much in so many people, and he's somebody who's taking it full force. So it's really good to see. I'm sure you all know Nico very well through his Instagram, through his story, through his websites. If you don't, then you're missing out. Check him out. I'll leave links in this video. So the box is really beautiful, really kind of thick, nice card. Very unique kind of thing from Cartamundi. Now this deck has been shuffled, and I don't mind. Like, I usually like keeping my decks in brand new deck order, but since my hand, and since getting back into cardistry as a way of kind of physical therapy for my hand, I'm kind of letting go of the idea of wanting to always keep a deck of playing cards in order, which even sounds wrong to say, because I'm so used to it. But anyway, the deck is out of order now. I usually like to, when I open these cards up for these deck reviews, open them in order, but I don't really care in this instance. There are 4 playing cards which we're not going to call jokers or art cards, and I'm not going to read them out because it's kind of a personal thing, and it's kind of something that you should experience when you get the deck itself. But 2 of those cards are used to tell a bit of a story and to share a message. The other 2 playing cards do act as jokers though. One of them has that Axial logo on them. By Line Story is Not a Deck, and then Not a Deck, the company logo on the other one. So these will act as jokers. Now, I'm going to look at the faces before we look at the back, because the faces, we are drawn to the faces instantly, and I'm going to take out the 10 of clubs. So just feast your eyes on this. Have a look at this. Everything has been done different about this deck. Everything. Absolutely everything. The index has been pulled right into the center of the top, so you don't see any index on either side of the playing cards. On the 10 of clubs, for example, all of the clubs have been pulled together into the middle, and on every single playing card you get those two whips, those two lines shooting upward diagonally, and all the 10 clubs are together inside those lines. It leaves a really beautiful and interesting image to just kind of admire and kind of stare at. And then instinctively, as somebody who handles playing cards, it is quite a scary thing to see a deck of playing cards like this, because I'm looking at that, I'm thinking, your mind kind of goes, oh, but I won't be able to do this, or I won't be able to do that, and if you spread them, this won't happen, or if you do this, this will happen. But it begs the expression and the exercise and the reason to try something different, and try something that you wouldn't have usually have done. So when you look at these playing cards in your hands and spread them out, you see these beautiful lines everywhere, and you don't even see what playing cards you're looking at until you take the full playing card out. I'm not sure if that's their intention, or if that is even an intention whatsoever, but it's just a fact. That's one thing you have to do to see the playing card for full. You have to expose the full playing card. So when you riffle the top, you get this really nice image of all the indices, how do you say it? All the indexes, all the sausages are across the middle of the top. And it's a really nice thing to see. Now when I'm doing that, all of the court cards really stand out to me when I do that. So let's find someone. Oh, the Ace of Spades is a really cool idea. It's behind the negative line. It's behind the white line in negative space. And it is a big leading design made up from the back design itself. We'll get to the back design in a second. I just want to find a few of these court cards. In fact, the Ace of Diamonds, I'm only just noticing all the aces do the same thing. They have the main pip behind the white line. Let me see if I can find quickly the arrogantly the King of Diamonds. It's probably, knowing me, it's probably going to be on top. Well, close enough. So the King of Diamonds, they've taken the outline of the king. Obviously this is a line deck, so we see an outline of the king. You can tell it's the king, and the diamond sits nicely in his crown. You can recognize anybody who's into playing cards. You can recognize that this is the King of Diamonds even without looking at the King of Diamonds. It's a really nice, minimal, pretty looking idea. I'm very curious to see what the industry and what playing card collectors are going to think about this deck. It does limit itself as a deck of playing cards, and what I mean by that is this deck of playing cards cannot be used to play poker with traditionally. Yes, arguably it can, because it works as a deck of playing cards. Every playing card's there, and it looks like a deck of playing cards, but it's not a deck of playing cards. But you can't use it in a traditional sense, and that's going to limit so many things that can be done with it by magicians. It opens up a whole new world for cardists, so it's a really good design and good thinking for people into cardistry, because it's going to look pretty when you're flourishing. And I think when it gets, in a few moments, when it gets to me demonstrating this deck, it's going to have to be cardistry with this deck. Saying that, and once again to reiterate, once again to repackage sausages, it opens up this argument where you're forcing yourself, and you're going to be forced to create new things because the index is in a different place and it works differently. It's going to look and work differently. I think that's a really brave and really interesting idea from not a company, from Nico, and I'm curious to see what people can do with this deck, what they will do with this deck. More importantly and more interestingly, I want to see why I come up with these playing cards. I've played around with them a little bit. I've had a few shuffles, a few flourishes, a few this, a few that, a little bit of exercise for my hand. But I haven't really spent too much time with the deck, and I wanted to save that for this video. So here we go, without further ado. In fact, I haven't even showed you the back design. Let's have a look at the back design. It takes the design that we've already seen on the box, the beautiful, not a company axial design, and just wax it straight in the back. The lines go diagonally down from the top corner to the bottom, leaving a really nice double line, 2 lines going down the side of the deck towards the top here, and also symmetrically on the other side. So fans, flourishes, or any kind of nice movements that you're going to make with this deck of playing cards, you're always going to see a line. Now, if you pay attention to the lines themselves, they go all the way around the deck, all the way around each playing card. So it goes all the way around here, all the way around here, and it's a really, really nice idea. These cards, aerial moves, flicking cards around in the air, all the cardistry stuff is going to look really good with these. When you spread these cards out, they look pretty. They're always revealing some part of the design about what you do with them. And yeah, I love this deck of playing cards, and I can't speak of it highly enough. I'll save my thoughts and my complete review and my kind of judgment of it once I've played around with the deck and recorded that. So without further ado, finally, let's take a look at what these bad boys, these playing cards, these beautiful playing cards look like in action. Yo, Nico, I'm really struggling at the minute with this arthritis, man, but getting back into cardistry and getting back into flourishing is really doing me good, man. It's really like exercising, stretching that thumb, stretching that pain out, you know what I mean? But it's a worthy pain. It's a worthy pain. I welcome it now because it's like it becomes a different kind of challenge. Its own realistic, lifelike challenge. Now, I really don't want to repeat myself, and I know I said a lot before I showed these cards on film. There are 2 things on my mind. One, what can I do with this deck of playing cards creatively that I can't do with another deck of playing cards? They look different. There's no doubt about these playing cards. They look so different on the face. They're completely different. They open up new angles, new avenues, new things to explore with what can be done with a deck of playing cards that looks like this. It's to the edge, yet it's not. It's a traditional deck of playing cards, yet it's not. Is it designed for cardists? Is it designed for flourishers or magicians? I'm not sure. Right now I'm thinking this is a flourishing deck, a cardistry deck, but I don't want to stop there. I want to figure out what kind of things I can do with an index that isn't on the corner anymore. Does this limit me, or does it open up new ideas? And I think this is something that I'm only gonna truly understand, appreciate, and discover by spending time with this deck, which is exactly what I'm going to do. I only have one of these decks, and I'm for sure going to use it until I can't use it anymore because it's a beautiful looking deck. And the biggest bonus of this is this deck of playing cards is challenging me. Every time I look at it, every time I use it, it is challenging me to come up with something new, to do something different. So bravo to Nico and your company. What an incredible idea. I wish you so much success, respect and joy with what you're doing. You are a true artist and you keep showing it over and over again. Breaking the boundaries and doing something different to everybody else. Stepping away from what's normal. Nico, you know how much respect I have for you. I got your tattooed on my arm, man. The 52 Brotherhood. You're my brother, man. And my support for you is kind of endless. And that's not just bias. That's not because we're friends, and that's not because I know you personally. Look at this. This is incredible. It really is. It's a testament to you as an artist. I wish and I hope that the rest of the industry and the rest of playing card designers take a leaf out of your book and do something different that makes me go, whoa, what's that? I'm tired of seeing playing cards and going, yeah, okay, so it's a deck of playing cards, so what? I'm tired of that, especially when people try to do something different but fail because in the end it ends up just being another deck of playing cards with a back design. The big companies are doing it now. The big companies are the worst now. I'm not going to get into it because I'll start upsetting people, but this is a beautiful thing, and it reminds me of experiences and times that I had with Oban Jones over Illusionist, when we used to come up with some crazy ideas and some mad ideas that should have been brought to light but couldn't have done because they were too risky. This reminds me of one of those. It's a huge risk, and the fact that you've taken the risk and had these decks made is fantastic. This is a piece of art that I'm holding in my hand. So thank you for making this happen. Thank you for putting this in my hand. I'm not going to judge decks anymore by 1 out of 10 or whatever, or 10 out of 10. I think that's kind of narrow-minded. I think everything needs to be judged for what it is, and this is just simply a beautiful deck of playing cards. I would encourage anybody to pick one of these decks up and use them, and I hope that I see a lot more people using these and a lot more people taking the same kind of risks that you did. Nico, all the links are in this video description to Nico, to Not a Company, to everything you need to know about this deck of playing cards. But right now, I'm still taking it in as I'm saying it, how I feel about this deck of playing cards. So I'm going to turn the camera off here and give you an outro in a few minutes when I've collected myself and my thoughts. Nico, thank you, man. Thank you. Well, that was pretty good. I did get a little bit kind of taken into that, and I think that's what I was looking for, and I think that's why I left doing the deck reviews in the beginning, because the passion kind of died for loads of different reasons, and I feel like it might have come back a little bit. So thanks, Nico, for that, and thanks to this deck for that. To anybody who has a deck of playing cards that they want to see or they want a chance of being reviewed on my channel, I'm going full force back into the deck reviews. I'm going to make it a very common thing, but I'm only going to do decks that I love. So when it comes to the marking, like 10 out of 10, 1 out of 10, whatever, there isn't going to be one. The only decks that I will review on this platform are going to be ones that I love, ones that I like, and ones that I think are challenging or interesting or different enough to warrant my time or my use. I want to use interesting and different playing cards. I want to use playing cards that I could use in a card game. The playing cards that look normal and look standard and look good. One thing that I'm constantly trying to achieve, especially with like the Charlie decks and the new decks that I'm bringing out, is I want to achieve a standard, a Madison standard, where it doesn't have to be all flashing lights and everything. It's just a deck of playing cards. I make playing cards, they're just playing cards. So they need to look like playing cards. For me, it is all about performance, 100% performance. If I can have a deck of playing cards in my hand that represents performance, that gives me the freedom to perform and appreciate playing cards at the same time, then that's all I'm looking for. And I think that's what I've achieved. If not with these playing cards, anybody who's interested and anybody who's listening out, marketing aside, forget all advertisements and marketing because it's all a waste of time. I'm going to get into that into a few different videos that are coming up, but check out the Madison Advocate playing cards. They're on their way. The Alliance have seen them already all over at Madison.ist. But I hope that I've achieved this standard of playing cards. That's what we need as performers. A standard deck of playing cards that speaks volumes for us in a very subtle way. It's a very difficult thing to achieve. To achieve something so beautiful in something so minimal. Things that are beautiful are either really delicate and detailed in such an intricate way, or very simple. I like to go as minimal and as simple as possible. It's the hardest challenge to make something so simple and minimal look so beautiful and have so much meaning packed into it. I believe that I achieved that with these decks, I really do. And the people who pick these up, they tell me that too. And so that's not just coming from me, that's coming from a place of creation that bounces off of me and other people. So the Madison Advocates that are on the way, they kind of are designed from everybody. It all goes in up here and it all kind of generates that creativity that equals something that's going to become a standard. My thoughts on playing cards and the way that playing cards work now, especially this year, is changing quite dramatically in the best possible direction. I'm very positive. I'm very happy for the future of the playing card industry. Anybody who wants the chance of their deck being featured on here, feel free to send me playing cards to the address in this video. I'll be back very soon. I'm very excited about the next deck that I'm going to review, and I'll also be back with more details about these. And if there are any playing cards that you think I should review, or you think that I would like, put them in the comment section to this video and I'll pick them up. I'll look into them. I'm always looking for new, interesting and exciting decks. And I'm sorry that this video has lasted this long. It wasn't intentional. I just find that I talk a lot when I'm feeling passionate about something. I'm sure I can't be alone with that. But for now, thanks for spending your time with me. I really do appreciate it, and I hope that the people who have been begging for the Madison deck review to come back, I hope you're as happy as I am. Thanks for being here. I appreciate your time. I'm Daniel Madison. See you next time.